Hi everyone, it's Winona. Long time no see. I've been a little busy getting my craft room reorganized, and I'm still not anywhere close to having it back to the way I like it. But and just haven't been feeling well. But anyway, before we get to anything, I want to say thank you to people that have made comments or subscribed to my video. I'm really trying to grow my channel, so if there's anything you don't like, please let me know, and if there's anything you'd like more of also. So I'd like to say thanks to the following people: Mary at I Love to Journal, Helen, Our Red Brick House, Slamana 2000, Bethy B81, Yukon Girl 11, PJ Pilgrim, Marianne HT, Chris, Emily, Angela, Tuka, and Beth. And I apologize, I haven't replied to some of the comments. I find that at the end of the day I'm exhausted and I can't do very much. But I have managed to do my nails 2 times in this period that I've been gone. And I haven't done my nails in over 3 years since I started chemo. I was just too sick during chemo to care. And then after chemo, my nails fell out, and when they started growing back, they weren't very healthy for a long time. And then I developed this, I don't know if you can see that gross little pocket under my nail. I developed that on this nail, and I had damaged this nail years ago, and I knew that this has to grow totally out before I can put anything on it, or it just gets bigger. So it's getting there. It's about halfway now. But that's 3 years growth since chemo. That's not a lot of growth considering my nails usually grow so fast. But anyway, I did do a video on beading because I love jewelry and I wanted to learn how to, well, actually this all started with these darn dangles. I love these dangles, and most of the ladies that are making them won't ship to Canada. So I watched a few videos and I saw people take with hauls from BB Craft. So I ordered some beads from BB Craft and some chain and started doing it and really enjoyed it. And then I started watching videos on people doing beading and jewelry making, and I found that people were getting these bead box subscriptions every month. And I thought that's a great way. I don't know anything about beading. I've never been interested in jewelry in my life. Like, I love to wear jewelry, but I've never really been interested in making it. But I started watching these videos and I thought, you know, those bead boxes would be good because I would learn about the beads. I could get a large assortment of different beads and quality beads, which is a really big thing. And what are these called? I don't know. Like, the stuff that goes with it, like the other things like chain and eye pins and things like that. But I could get them through these subscriptions and maybe make a bit of jewelry. So anyway, that's why I'm going to be posting these beading box unhaulings. And if you don't like it, please don't let it turn you off of watching my paper crafting videos. Just don't watch it if you're not into beading. But I just thought there may be others out there like me starting out that might be interested in the beads. So anyway, that's all about the beading. Then this, after I put this on, I had to cover this. And this is a digital kit I just put in my Etsy store. I've been working on this kit for a while, and it's one of my first kits. And I just smacked this on last night with matte media. And I've got wrinkles everywhere, but I don't care. I just think it jazzes it up a bit, and I think I'll put some lace on maybe later time. But I also did a bead box opening, which I haven't posted yet, and these beads are from it, and these are glass beads, and they're beautiful. And this is a bee bead, and then these are just little, I can't remember what they're called now, but they're different colors. They're just gorgeous. So I did a little paper clip embellishment to hang on, and I just thought that would be nice. And I made this paper clip so that it doesn't set on the page properly. That's as far as the paper clip goes, so that this can dangle down the side. So anyway, that's why I'm doing beads. But I've been wanting to make this little ephemera holder notebook, pocket. Oh, sorry about that. I dropped these on the floor. Idea for a while. So I did one the other day and I messed up on it, like I mess up on so many things. And I cut these 2 pages the same size. Actually, it goes this way. The paper's beautiful, but it's one-sided. But anyway, so I had to put a magnet on it to keep it closed because it didn't work the way I had planned. But the magnet's fine. Like, I'll cover it and it'll be fine. But inside it opens up and it's got a little booklet here. And you could actually keep the booklet unattached and tuck it in the pocket and then put a pocket here as well. But I just wanted it there. And then there's a pocket here, a big pocket. And there's a pocket here. And all these little pieces are pieces that were leftovers from when I made this book out of the 2 pieces of paper. I stenciled on any part of the white that would show because I'm not just a big fan of just, depending on the project, I'm not a fan of just white paper. But there are times when it really calls for that. But anyway, so I stenciled there as well. And then when you close it, the magnet just snaps it shut. Now this can go on your paper. It can go, you could put it in the center, kind of like a belly band, and just put glue here and here, and then tuck something under there. You could put it at the bottom of the page and glue 3 sides, and it's a pocket. You could just glue these 2 sides and make a tuck. Or you could just clip it in with something. Like, these don't really go together, but you could use a clip like this. Oopsie. Ah, my fingers. There we go. And you could clip it in like that. So that was my first attempt at it, and I messed up. But I fixed it. Everything's fixable. You just need to take the time. So then I did another one, and this one I used 8x8 paper, and I have all of this left over from it, from doing it. This is what's left over from the previous paper, just this, which we can still make into little tags to put in there. But this is what's left over, and I could possibly make another one of these out of this if I choose to. And again, I messed up. So I did put the little lip in there, made this a little bit bigger. I attached this stamp so that this could tuck underneath it, and it tucked. I put the booklet on, made a pocket. This side, I put the paper upside down, so I covered it with a piece from my digital kit. I don't know if you can see the texture in there, but you can still write on it. But anyway, when I went to do the tuck, this is glued to the end. So this paper here can't tuck. So again, I had to use a magnet, and I need to cover the magnets and decorate this, which I will. So these are the magnets I've used. They're from Basic Gray, and they're just nice. They're super thin. You hardly notice them. I use them for mini albums all the time. Haven't used them in probably 10 years because I really haven't done much crafting in the last 10 years. But anyway, that's that. Let's get to work. So we're going to need 2 6x6 pages here that kind of coordinate. They can be one-sided, they can be two-sided. If they're one-sided, just stencil on the other side if you like, or cover it with another piece of paper. There's all kinds of things you can do. So I'm going to cut these both down to 3.5 inches, because that's where I'm going to start with. So 3.5 inches. And then I need to decide, okay, I know I want this on the front and I want this on the front, but I want this on the back. So, oh man, so I need to cut this at 3.5. That doesn't even look straight. It's not. So this one won't be straight either. Well, this one doesn't look too bad. I'm starting out again. No, that one's good. Okay. So I really like this orange. So I want this orange to be this part of my little booklet here. So I'm going to cut that 4 3/4. 4, and is that going to give me enough? 1, 2, 3. That's not going to leave me with enough because I need 2 1/2. So I messed up again, Winona. Oh, but I can use this. Okay, no, we'll do it this way. So you got this one, 4 3/4. You should have seen the first video. I made so many mistakes, and then I finally just had to redo it. Okay, so we've got our back piece. So now we need the pieces that are going to flip-flop. So this piece here, I need to cut to 3 3/4. I need to straighten it because it was the piece that I cut crooked. So I need to cut it to 3 1/2. Okay. So that piece is there. A little bit bigger. I haven't used this cutter in a long time, and I'm not cutting anything straight on it. But anyway, I want to cut this to 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. Or can I get 2 3/4 out of this one? Let's see, 2, 1, 2, 3. No. So 2 1/4. Okay. So now I have this. And this, which I'm going to have to cut down just a tiny bit. Let's see here. The nice thing about this cutter is it's got the wire so you can see that. Oh, I know why it's short, because we had to square this up. That's why. Okay, so that's going to be that flap, and it's still. I'm going to cut it with a scissor after. So I want this flap to slide under here. So I need to cut this flap at 2 3/4. And if this doesn't work, I'm not doing this video again. I'm going to start a new project. Okay. So this is the piece that we cut to 3 1/2. So we're going to cut this, and it's going to slide in here, and it's going to cut there. Okay. And I'm going to wait. When I put these together, I will trim this up so that it's nice and square. I'm not having any luck with my trimmer. So anyway, we'll put the trimmer aside. We'll put our scraps aside. So we have this scrap was one of the scraps from when we cut the 3 1/2 inches. We haven't used that. This is from the 3 1/2 inch of this one that we haven't used. Okay, and this is left over from the side, the bottom, when we cut that. But we're going to use those scraps later. So I want this, where did I put that? I want this to fold open like this, right? But I want to put washi along here and here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this like this. And then I have micropore tape, micropore surgical tape. You can get this from any drugstore. This is 3M, so I might have got this from the dollar store. I'm not sure. I bought it many years ago. It's also awesome when you're trying to die cut something and you want to line your dies up to a certain part. So anyway, I'm going to find a line on here, and I'm going to put some tape at the top. And then I'm going to line this piece up, and I'm going to put some tape at the top. Now be very careful when you're doing this that you know if your paper is directional, make sure that it's all facing up and that you don't turn it over and then this is upside down or something. Okay, and that sticks out a bit, but like I said, we'll fix it. That's a huge piece. And I want this to be the front. So I need to put it down because this is all the back. So I want this to be the front. And I want to leave a little gap between the pages so that it folds nice. You don't need much, just a tiny little bit to fold. Now I'm going to use washi tape. And I did this wrong again. I can't believe what's going on with me. Okay, let's go back. It's not the back. Because I want this to be the front. That's how I had it. I just got messed up at the end. Okay, so I want this side to be the front. Because when it folds over into the booklet, let's use this one as an example. So when it folds over into the booklet, I want to see the front, right? I hope that makes sense. This is where the washi is going to go, and it's going to be our glue to hold our pages together. So this is the back, and these two pieces are the front. So you want to make sure when you're doing your front that, you know, this is the top of my front, this is the top of my front. I want them both to be the same way. Or if the inside is directional, you want it both the same way on the inside. So, you know, I wasn't feeling good yesterday, and I didn't do my video yesterday. I was planning on it. Now I'm beginning to think if I should be doing it today either. Man, I tell you, what mistakes. And I know some people are kind of, the first time you see it, that's it. That's what sticks in your brain. And I'm sorry. I really do apologize. Okay, so I've picked out a couple of washi tapes. I don't have a lot of washi tape, so I picked out 3 that I thought I might be able to use. These are going to be seen on the front. And so I'm not sure which one. This is going to be, when it's done, it's going to be very vintage looking. It may not look that way now, but by the time I'm done with inking and decorating, it'll be quite vintage. So let's just see what this one looks like. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. And I can feel it's old and it doesn't have much stick to it. So I'm going to take my art glitter glue that has this in now, so I shouldn't lose it. And I'm going to run some glue. I'm going to put this up here so I can see, oops, center it up here, just so I can kind of get an idea where I want to run my glue. And I'm going to run glue down there, and I'm going to run glue down here. I could do it straight, and then I'm going to carefully put the glue in the center. I see I've put them, when I was doing that, I accidentally shoved them together. If you put tape on the bottom, that wouldn't have happened. So I'm just going to pull them out again. And I'm going to tear off some tape. And I'm wasting tape, but you know what? I don't care, because there's beautiful washi tape out there, and I've had this for years. When I use it up, I will have to buy some more. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to put this down and center it to give me an idea of where to put that. And then I'm going to run my here, and I'm going to run here, and I'm going to put glue. And the reason I do that is because washi tape is meant to be a tape that can be removed. It's meant to be a temporary tape. So it's not meant to hold for a long time. So adding that glue, just make sure that it's going to be there and it's going to hold up. So I'm just going to center this. And I guess it doesn't matter because this is going up and that's going down. And I'm going to grab a tissue here. I'm just going to rub it in. Now before this video, I washed off my mat because I had glue everywhere, and now I know why, because I just saw I smeared glue on there. And then this micropore tape, it just comes off like nothing. And you can just stick it on the side of something and reuse it if you're going to use it within a... Oh no, after saying that, it tore my paper here. So let's put that back down. I was just too mean to it. So I'm going to have to do some decorating for that. I don't get too concerned because junk journals are that, junk journals. And they're meant to be kind of grungy. So anyway, now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to trim off the extra. And this you can save too and use on something else. I have a journal that, I have a page in my journal that I put all my extra washi tapes in. Okay. And then this is going to fold this way, and this is going to fold this way. And I'm just going to grab, this is actually from my sewing room. It's made by Clover, and it's just to press seams, so you don't have to get up and iron all the time. But I never used it because I always have an iron right close by when I sew. So there we go. So there we've got that, and I've made a mess out of it. So I'm going to grab my big cutter, and I'm going to line it up at the bottom here. And I can see there is a piece of a wire in here, and you can see where exactly where you're cutting. So I'm just going to clear this up. And I put a titanium blade in there from close to my heart, and it cuts beautifully. So there we go. So now, oops, see, I didn't do this very well. So now we got this here, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stick a little piece of washi down, and because you could have used your glue stick and rubbed your glue stick along your washi tape and use that to glue it down too, but I don't have a very good relationship with my glue stick. So I'm going to put that like that, and then I'm going to wrap it over. And I should have inked before I did that. Okay, so now we'll ink, and we probably should have inked before we started, duh. But that's okay, we can ink now. And I think I'm going to round my corners, so I should grab my corner rounder before I get going too far. Oh, oh yes, I can. I have that other corner rounder somewhere. Anyway, I have two corner rounders and I can't find either of them, so I guess I can't. I packed up. I went to see my granddaughter. I went to babysit her for a weekend, and she's 3.5. And she's so cute. Oh, the things they say, it's just, it makes me so happy. But anyway, my hair didn't come back after chemo. So I look like an old man without my wig. And at home, I often wear like surgical caps and things like that. Or I make bandanas. And when I go out, I wear wigs. So anyway, Nova has seen me. She's seen me without anything on my hair. She's seen me with a wig on. And she's seen me with my caps on. But she's never seen me put my wig on. So I was getting ready to leave, and I put my wig on, and she says, "What? Grandma Nona has 2 hairs?" She says, "I don't have 2 hairs. I only have 1 hair." And she has the most beautiful, thick, long hair, and it's got a slight curl to it. It's just gorgeous. But anyway, so we kind of explained, her mother and I kind of explained to her that, you know, Grandma she can wear purple hair one day, or one day her hair can be long and the next day it can be short. And Nova said, from the mouths of babes, she said, "That's cool. Grandma Nona is so lucky. No, that's what she said. Grandma Nona is so lucky." And you know what? When I have my down days where I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for myself for all the things I've lost from chemo, I just have to think about that. And I just have to think I am lucky. I have so many blessings in my life that I don't need to feel down. You know, I don't have bad hair days. My hair always looks awesome when I go out because wigs always look awesome. And sure, they're a little uncomfortable, but you know what? It's like wearing a bra. You get used to it. You know, it's the first thing that comes off when I come home. So anyway, so this is our little booklet. So I'm going to bring in our scraps again and decide what I'm going to do inside it. And I just make this decision based on the scraps that I have. So I'm going to does this fit on this page? I'm going to cut this on the diagonal. And you can choose whatever you want to do inside this little journal, this little ephemera holder. And then I'm going to ink this. And I think I'm going to put that there this time. And I don't know if I necessarily want a booklet that big, but I think I'm going to put the booklet on the back here. So let's take a look here. These are the offcuts from working on that digital kit. So I just want to find something in kind of those colors that would work. There's something, that one would work. And one more. I'm going to grab this one. I do have some green ones at the bottom, but... So I'm going to cut these. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do a booklet that's about 3/4 of that size. And then I'm going to put this here and make a little tuck spot. And you can tuck something that'll kind of keep the booklet flat. So this needs to be cut just a little bit shorter. I don't know where my big scissors are. I still haven't unpacked from that big trip. So, yep, I'll ink that up. Oh, I should punch a hole in the side, in the center there. Just a little divot in there, just so people know, hey, that's a place I can put something. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm just going to guesstimate. So I think my paper should be about that wide. And I didn't double side these because for what I was doing, I wanted them single-sided. But if they were double-sided, you would have that nice paper on both sides. Okay. And then I'm going to cut this off. And you can use coffee dyed paper. You can use any paper to make your little notebook. Okay. And then I'm going to decide which one. I think I want that one. I think I want it to go like this, kind of. So I'm going to have to fold it here. Sorry, I'm off camera. I'm kind of trying to line these up. So what I've done is I've measured that this is as big as it can be, and it's actually too big, so I need to fold it a bit more. So, oops, try to fold it straight. And then this last piece, I think I'll have in the middle of these two. So I'll take this piece and I'll kind of fold it over that. And you know I do things the hard way. Like, I tend to just have these ideas and I go faster than my brain can process it. So anyway, I've kind of folded those, and that's how I want it to be. So I'm going to take my cutter, or you could take your tear ruler, And I'm going to line it up against the bottom, but I'm going to cut a little bit extra off because of my just wonky measuring. So then I'm going to put that little notebook in there. But when you flip the pages, you'll notice that they're going to flip like that. And I don't really want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the top and I'm just going to slightly just go through and cut. And then I'm going to take these back pages. Oops, I didn't catch this one. So I've got those three, and I'm going to turn these. 1, 2, 3. And if I wasn't on camera, I would ink the edges, but that takes a little longer, and I see that's still a little big. So I'm going to trim off a little bit more, but I'm going to use my big cutter again because it's so much easier when you're trying to turn that off. Oh, my fingernails aren't picking things up. Okay, so now I need to look in my scraps and see what I have left in my scraps. And I don't have much here. But I need a piece to go across the top of this. So that's close enough. And I only want it to be, I want about, I guess let's do an inch. We'll cut it an inch. I'm sorry, I'm off camera. I just realized my big cutter doesn't go totally on camera. So then when you have that inch, you want to score this. You want to ink it first, actually, and score it at 1/2 inch. But a lot of people don't have scoreboards, and this isn't all that important that it creases nice. So I just kind of take it and I cut my fingers in there. It's harder to do when the piece gets smaller, but I'm just taking that and I'm just folding that over like that. And then I'll take my little bone folder that I have here, and I'll just make a crease and ink. Okay, so this is going to go here. This is going to go there. I'll staple this together. Slide this on top. Now you could staple this right into the booklet, but I find that then the staples catch on everything, so I like to staple it first. And it's a little bit smaller, but that doesn't bother me. If it does, cut your paper down a little more. But I'm going to staple it. And you can get little staples at the staplers at the dollar store if you don't have this one. They work, any stapler will work. And you'll see I didn't even get it straight, so I'll probably put lace over that after. And I'm going to take this and glue it in because I want to clamp it with something, clothespins, whatever you have that will hold that just until the glue sets it because of the staples sticking out a bit. Sorry if I'm off camera. So we'll put this here. Make sure you leave room for this to fold. You don't want it to get bound up, so leave a little bit of space there. And then art glitter glue dries so fast that it doesn't really need a whole lot of support, but I still like to give it that extra. So I have a tuck here and I have a tuck there, and I think, is this big enough? Yeah, I think I'm going to just cut this down, and I'm just going to cut off camera with my cutter. And then I'll ink this up. And this again is my digital. This could be coffee dye paper. This could be graph paper. It could be any kind of paper you choose. You could decide to use some of these scraps and make another tuck. So I've got that. And then I'll just use art glitter glue and glue it down. It would have been cool if I'd torn it, but I didn't. I was just trying to use up what scraps I had. Okay. And that's going to cover up that washi tape that I folded over as well. Ooh, this is close. And then we'll glue this pocket on, and we're going to glue this pocket on 3 sides, not the side that you did the little divot in. There we go. And then we're going to glue this in, and we're just going to glue this side and this side. Maybe. If I can hold my glue bottle together. You know what? If you guys make it to the end of this video, please mention it in the comment, because boy, you deserve a medal. Okay. So I've got that done. I still don't have my closure on there. And I think that's good. Art glitter glue dries really fast. So we've got a little pocket here, and we can tuck stuff in there, and we have a pocket here, and then we have a little place here that we can write on as well as our pages in here. And you can give this just a fold up to help. But so now we're going to close it up. We're going to decide which part is going to be the tuck part. So I think I want this to be the tuck part. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to cut. I'm going to try something different in here. I'm just going to cut a strip, and this strip, sorry, I'm off camera, I realize that. I have a hard time going to the top here. But I'm going to cut this strip at, I think I'm going to do 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. And it's that I want to tuck. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to cut it. I'm just looking what looks visually pleasing to me. There's no rhyme or reason, so I think I'm going to cut it about here with my scissor. And then I'm going to ink. Okay, and then I'm going to glue. So what I've done here is I've just placed it where I want to place it. And I want this flap to be able to fold in, so I can't run any, I'm going to glue it down to this side. I can't run glue anywhere past about here, or this flip isn't going to work. It's not going to flip. So I'm going to keep my fingernail there and pick it up, and then turn it over and try to do the glue with my right hand. And I'm just going to run a bead of glue here, 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 here. Okay. And then I'm going to put this on, but I'm going to, remember, I want to leave a little bit of room for that tuck to catch. So I'm probably going to move it about here. And I think this is a good place for it. So I'm going to glue it down there. And then still doesn't catch very well. Still doesn't hold it very well. Not as well as I would like. But you know what I can do? Because I think I'm doing this wrong. But what I can do as a fix is show you how to use a magnet. So I need to open this again. When I first got these magnets, I could not get the magnets out. And the reason was there's 2 layers here. There we go. There's 2 layers, and once you get that other layer off, it's easy, and you've got a positive and a negative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one down, I'm going to pop out a positive, and I'm going to pop out a negative. Okay, I'm going to hold them separate. But before I do, because once I do that, this is going to need to dry. So this is our little booklet here. I like it, and like I said, it's going to look very grungy by the time I'm done decorating. I fold it open here. I have a pocket for in here, and I can use this leftover piece if I choose to make some tags to go in there, or I could just put different tags. I've got a little writing area. Got a writing area there, which I could add a pocket to if I wanted to. And then I've got a little tuck spot right there, a little pocket that I could add something to. And that'll help hold that down. Okay. And again, this one you could put anywhere because the back is finished. But I plan to use this as a pocket or a tuck in a journal. So we'll get to the business of the battery. So I'm going to take one side of the battery, and I'm going to peel off the covering. And there is glue on there, but I don't think it's enough to hold that. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue over top. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put the battery, oopsie, as close to the edge as I can. Okay. Then I'm going to take, this is another scrap we have, so I'm going to take this little punch. I'm going to punch out 2 of these. And I just need to decide which side of the paper I want that side. So I'm going to take this little piece and I'm going to put glue around the edge. And I'm going to put that right on top of there. And that's going to help cover up that magnet so it's not so unsightly. The easy way to find where to put the other magnet is to take off the glue. There we go. And you see that adhesive just peeled off. Put a little bit of glue on it. Actually, you could just put it here onto your other magnet because it's going to stick. And then I'm going to add a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to fold this closed and hold it there. And that way I'm going to know that that's where that magnet goes. So it'll close nicely every time. It's going to take a little while for that magnet to dry. I want it to dry really good. I don't want to have it peeling off when I go to open the book. So usually what I do is I can't clip here because my clips, I don't think they go that deep. Well, yeah, they do. So I'll just clip this and I'll walk away, and then in a little while I'll come back and I'll decide what covering I want on there. And then I'll put the covering just on the top of the magnet and you won't see it. So anyway, thank you. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed doing this, even though I'm, oh man, I don't want to say an idiot because that's not positive, and I try to be positive all the time. So I just, like Gail says, I'm a bumbling crafter. I guess that's what I'll call myself. Anyway, thank you, and I wish you lots of luck and happiness in the next week, and I really hope to come back with some kind of video in a week or so. Thank you very much. If you like it, please like it or subscribe. I would appreciate that. Thanks. Bye-bye.